Welcome back, everybody. This is M-Dog, and went to get my coffee, come back, and we've got two carp on, or hopefully they're carp. That's a good sign. So we're trying the krill salmon combos again. Check in. Seems like it's been really good. I haven't spent much time at Amber, but if you kind of follow the baits that are working right now and see some of the carp that are being caught, presumably at least some of them are coming from this spot, although I do think there's a couple other spots folks are hitting right now as well, if VK is any indication. But we've still got some possible rares coming out, possible trophies, so we'll just see what we can get into. A couple of differences this time. I'm sort of backing it up to a little more standard approach here. Back down to a large one hook. And since we're using a classic rig, a classic hair rig, I'm using a Zenith WG hook. I tend to use Muggas on the pop-ups and Zeniths on the sinking. Not all the time, but that's what I tend to do. And we're doing the Krill 18 Salmon 20 approach. Now on our third rod, we have the red krill pellets, or whatever they're called. Yeah, the red krill pellets. But besides that, it's all the same. Wowzers. And I think if you look at a lot of the weeklies, and a lot of the... Although this is Sunday, so weeklies have been reset, so it might not be the best information at the moment, but for the past few days, maybe more, some combination of krill and salmon is at least one of the better options in terms of baits right now. So I thought we'd come back to 83, 145, and take another gander at how good's the bite rate and what's the quality of fish like. So hopefully we'll start off here with a little bit of excitement. It's a nice mirror. And then may get a little slow overnight, but then perhaps we'll even see a trophy or a close to trophy fish come in first thing in the morning. We'll see. You never know. But for PVA, we've just got some red krill pellets and some of the same boilies, the salmon 20 boilies. We crushed up some of those, so pretty much a very standard PVA approach that is just meant to complement what we are fishing with here. So there's a look at it. I think it was it, let's see here. I mean, not that this is necessarily a like original PVA mix, but I think it was Mista I saw earlier streaming today, and using this same PVA mix. Looked like a pretty good one, so we will give it a try ourselves. We are at 35 meter clip, casting to or just to the right of peg 1, right across the way from us. Pretty much the standard approach to this spot. A very well-known carp spot at this point. And presumably, if you go to a little bit larger hook, which is what I did last time, and or if you put on larger pellets, which is also what I did last time, you might slow down the bite rate, but you might increase the quality of fish on average. But plenty of trophies come in on these standard size boilies, standard size pellets, and standard size carp hook. So that's why I decided, you know what, let's just go with a little bit more standard approach and just kind of see how the quality is as we catch fish. So far, bite rate is excellent, but it is that time of day that it should be a good bite rate. I expect it to slow down considerably. In 4 minutes, we've got 6 fish. I mean, it'll slow down significantly overnight, but during the day, this might be the kind of bite rate that you see. So my hope tonight is to get a little bit of time here on RF4, and also to get another episode in on Fisher Online as well. And probably have them both coming online in the morning. I think I've already released a couple videos earlier today, so we'll spread them out just a little bit. Three fish on at the same time. It's pretty unusual for a carp spot. I think that middle one is going to be the biggest, so let's go ahead and get this one in real quick. I think it's just a common, so we will proceed aggressively. If it was a rare or something, might be a little more cautious. This one's a little bigger maybe. Not much though. All very similar size, it looks like. Except for that first one, they've all been pretty healthy size. Wonder if anything other than carp are coming out here. I mean, this one's pretty small, so I'm wondering if any other species are occasionally going for these baits. Sort of a fishy approach to, so maybe eyed or barbelled are possible. Well, so far very consistent. There's been a lot of like 4 kilo carp come out so far. Yeah, that's a really small one. Is it even a marker? It is not. Let's pretend like that one didn't happen. So if the size continues like this, let's see, what do we have? 7, 6, 4.8, 4.9, 4.8, 4.8, 4.4, 4.1. This feels so far more like maybe we should be using the 10 gram PBA bags, not the 20 gram. But I don't want to make that snap decision too quickly. Trying to see, I did make one video about Lost Ark a couple weeks ago. Just wanting to look back to see how much interest there was in that. I'm still doing Lotro videos now and again when I have time. I do play Lost Ark occasionally, but I'm not sure if there's much of an appetite on my channel, at least, to see more of that. So maybe the answer is going to be if you use large one hooks like we are right now, maybe going with the regular size PVA is better. If you're going to use a little bit larger hooks,
USAA is made for the safe pilots.
Then perhaps, especially if you're going to do the larger pellets as well, then perhaps going with the 20 gram is worth it. All right, I'm looking back at this Lost Ark video, so it got 232 at the moment, so definitely below average, but not terrible either. It's okay. Just trying to think if I want to look for opportunities to do a Lost Ark video here and there, since I'm playing it anyway. I'm not playing it a ton, about once or twice a week. I do want to get to sort of the end game eventually if possible. It looks good. I mean, I'm not highly invested in that game. I think there's just too many pay to win components, but it is still a very fun ARPG, and it is an enjoyable loop in terms of, like, you know, getting loot and all that. So a little after midnight now. Is there any chance this bite rate can keep up? I know some of you have watched the IRL fishing channel, Carl and Alex. Just curious if any of you have noticed their sort of recent ending of their channel, at least the way it has been working, and the new direction that they're going sort of individually. That struck me as I mean, exciting for them, but also quite sad after 16 years of making fishing videos together. Growing up on YouTube in many ways. And I've always loved their content. If you're into carp fishing especially, I mean, they do all kinds of fishing, but they seem to be experts in terms of carp fishing, to me at least. But that was interesting. It's so weird. After weeks and weeks of Google Chrome not translating the VK page automatically, suddenly it's back to doing that. Not sure what happened or what changed, but so many of the posts right now on VK are about this very spot. I mean, there's plenty of other random stuff too, but you can tell a lot of folks have been carp fishing lately. Alright, so it's 1:20 a.m. It's a pretty decent one. Ooh, somebody got in a water body record common ghost carp trophy. 21. Wow. That is something else. So that was 8.0. Have we had a larger one, or is that the largest one yet? That's the largest one yet. So we're sort of averaging a little bit low on weight, I would say, but there would be ways to mitigate that. But I am enjoying the very active bite rate. Again, 15 fish, 15 minutes. We're into the overnight section now. That'll slow down a bit more, but overall it's been very healthy. That is our second juvenile common. Oh, let's see if both of them were on the red krill. They were. It's almost enough for me to want to bounce off the red krill and go to regular krill on both. 2 out of 2 seems like maybe more than a coincidence, although it's an awfully big, so you do see them mixed in. I mean, maybe we won't. What is that? Salmon pellets. I like it. I like it. Maybe that's what we do. Throw on some salmon pellets. Oh, they switched both though. At least on this one, they've got the salmon pellets, but the Krill 18 double pellet situation. Not as excited about that. Although we could try it. We've had some nibbles. All right, it's almost 4 a.m. They really should start picking up again. It's been 4 minutes. See the quality of this fish that's on the red krill here. It's a lot of responsibility to put on this one fish, but if it's not decent, we might switch that out. Yee. It might be okay. Probably similar to what we just caught on the other one. All right, we'll keep it. I mean, the bite rate has certainly been good on this one, but it's also the one we've gotten some of our smaller fish on. All right, 5 a.m. starting to pick up. Just lots of commons and lots of mirrors. I know some rares are coming in. Maybe the occasional linear or something else. Frame, I guess. I think we'd had one frame already, but one thing that's sustaining you in this spot is just the commons and the mirrors are so active right now, which equates to really good silver, really good XP. Even if you don't hit the trophy or hit the nice rare, just consistent. There's another juvenile, and it wasn't on the red krill, so we can put that to bed. We don't have to blame the red krill for the juveniles. Now it's just 2 out of 3, not 100% anymore. Another decent one. 8.6. But, you know, the fact that we are able to... Here's another tiny one of some variation. It might not even be a carp. Yeah, that might be a tiny common. But, still, the difference in this versus being forced to fish with, you know, single corn, or, you know, there's just been times where amber, you really haven't been able to use size 20 boilies, you know, and pellets like this. So, I mean, amber is just really healthy right now, I would say. And it's nice to see, which basically allows you to catch a higher percentage of trophies because you're using larger baits, more standard bait size, not forcing it with small stuff, just trying to get an active bite rate. All right, come on. Nibble, nibble. I can't believe I messed that bite up. I mean, sometimes if you just pick it up, put it right back down like that, it doesn't, but obviously I picked that up way too fast. I have to say, it's been a little bit of a disappointing morning. after the afternoon was so good. I mean, here it is 8:11. We really haven't hit any of the, like, what you would expect this time of day is hit a couple big ones. Even if they're not trophies, like hit one that's 17, 18 kilos. We haven't seen that at all. Now we'll see. I mean, I'll try to keep going till maybe by noon we'll stop. I mean, at noon it's going to start getting smaller again and be a little bit more of a sort of normal bite rate and everything. I think it'll stay strong during the whole day. But I think you'll see more like smaller ones mixed in and stuff during the hotter part of the day. So we'll try to wrap it up around noon. But yeah, this morning bite has been a little disappointing from what I was expecting it to be. Now, ultimately, we do have, 27 keepers right now. In a very short amount of time. I mean, 32 minutes, 27 keepers. That is fine. But specifically the morning, just not quite what I was expecting. Ooh. Maybe I spoke too soon. I don't normally approach carp fishing like this, and we'll see if this ends up biting me, but I know that other people tend to just get in these like medium to, slightly larger than medium carp faster than I do by doing stuff like this, basically using the friction brake to just kind of drag them towards you. Where I typically do more of a like standard approach, tiring them out, getting a little bit of line at a time. But I mean, there's no doubt this did go faster. I just don't know how risky it is or if it's different in terms of the damage. It probably does less damage in some ways. This is what I was expecting though. Hit a couple of 18.9ers during the morning hours. That's what I was thinking was going to happen. There's another frame. I think that's our second frame. So they are here, but they got to hustle if they want to take the bait, because those commons and those mirrors are everywhere. Especially the commons, I guess. What the tiny? Yeah, it's just not perfect. It's been okay. Obviously, there's some good fish coming out here. We just haven't hit them. Not the big ones, at least. Although, for 39 minutes, I bet we've done decent in terms of silver. We can go see here in just a second. Let's try to get one more fish. Let's try to catch one more. If we can. They're getting a little small right now. Well, it is noon. This is what we thought would happen. But let's see what this other one is. It's not bad. I bet it'll be like this all day, just off and on, you know? You never know when a big one's gonna, or a decent one's gonna hit. But gonna have some small ones mixed in as the temperature rises a little bit. It is overcast though. I don't know how high the temp's gonna get. We haven't seen a rare. That's the other sad part. Haven't gotten the lucky rare during our time here. That's a mirror. Oof. All right. We will wrap it up here. Let's go see what we've made. I don't think I'm going to do any more fishing after this, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'll leave them in for now. But let's go see what we've done here. Whoa. Excuse me. I wonder if eyed are coming out there at all. I think they might be some. I think it's at least possible from what I've seen. Alright, so let's see how we did. 40 minutes or thereabouts. 249, so 250 silver. I don't think it's unrealistic at all to average 300 silver an hour in that spot right now, right? That feels very doable. I think you can expect 300 silver an hour using this kind of approach. And 300 silver an hour is great. I mean, that is a awesome average to have. And I would say some of your hours in this spot, especially if you let it rest now and again, some of your averages in this spot are going to be more than 300. You are going to occasionally hit the trophies. You are going to occasionally hit the rares. You're going to have better cafe orders. I think 300 an hour is a minimum. That's just my guess. I don't know. I haven't been fishing a lot at Amber lately, so I can't say for sure. But how this spot feels right now, that is certainly my guess. Okay, tight lines, everybody. Let me know how you're doing. If you're fishing at Amber, I assume you've probably tried this spot, and you've probably used similar baits to this. So let me know how it's going for you. How's it going for those folks that don't have PVA yet? Are you spotting? Are you using method with ground bait? How are you making it work? As always, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.